Yeah, that's Christmas. That's what Christmas is all about. It's all about. That's what Christmas is all about. That's what Christmas time is all about. It's all about. It's all about Christmas. Hello, everyone. It's Christmas time. And you know what that means. Show and Tell's December streaming spectacular. That's what that means. How's that sound? Pretty cute? Let's see. Maybe we'll do. Don't worry, I've never done this before. Better watch out, better not cry. Christmas time is a hit you in the eye. You'll shoot your eye out. Christmas spirit, best believe that Santa can hear it. Christmas time, coming in fast, gonna sweep you off your butt. Christmas time, gonna make sure that if you aren't ready and pure, then you gonna get some coal in your stocking. You gonna get the coal, baby, and then you're gonna burn in hell. You're gonna get coal and burn in hell. That's what Santa does. Gets you burning hot, fiery, cuz burn in hell. Yeah, you gonna burn in health. If you naughty like burn in health. Yeah, you gonna burn in health. If you naughty like burn in health. Yeah, you gonna burn in health. If you naughty like burn in health. Yeah, you gonna burn in health. If you not, if you not, if you not, if you not, yeah, you gonna burn in health. If you not. It's not all bad news, though. The thing about health is that there's actually unlimited Ricolas down in health. There's unlimited good times, whatever that means for you. There's unlimited biscuits. That's just another thing we have. I don't really like biscuits that much, but we got them. Another thing we have down in health is we have unlimited sketch comedy videos, which is something you can expect to see tonight. Tonight we successfully tapped into AI intelligence, and this AI machine has luckily given us unlimited access to unlimited sketch comedy videos. So that's just something you can expect down in hell. So it pays. It pays to be naughty. Yeah, it pays to be naughty. It pays. It pays to be naughty. Yeah, girl, it pays to be naughty. It pays. It pays to be naughty. Yeah, girl, it pays to be naughty. It pays. It pays to be naughty. Yeah, girl, it pays to be naughty. So be naughty, why don't you? It pays to be naughty. Yeah, girl, it pays to be naughty. In health. Health, yeah, 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 health, yeah. Yeah, it's show and tell, 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 show and tell. Oh, look, it's Sethward. How you doing, Sethward?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey, health, yeah. How's it over there on the other side of the house?
Don't you know it's a busy time of year, you know? Busy time of year.
It's
busy
a busy
time of year.
Hey,
We got
I
a
love
lot of
your
NFTs.
trading cards you just released.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. They're the best trading cards. And they'll get you direct access to health. That's right. After you die, you go to health. We're all going to
You're the
health.
best DJ ever. Hopefully you think the same.
Healthfully, we all believe it. This Christmas, it's a great Christmas season down here in Health. We've got lots of prizes.
It's
lots of prizes down here in Health. Dinner with me. I don't know how good it is, but we got it.
We're offering it. You can have dinner with Kyle Health. We don't know how good it is, but that's what we have to offer.
We're offering it, and we're off to a good start as well, because
it
is right on schedule, actually. In case
we're right on schedule. Welcome, everyone, to Show and Tell Streaming Spectacular. This is our stream version. It's what we like to call pseudo podcast / live stream / sit back and relax Q&A with the creators of our last Show and Tell Screening Spectacular. It's a new thing we're doing. During the pandemic, we had this streaming spectacular as a way to supplement us not doing streaming spectacular screening spectacular. So then we decided then we started doing screening, and then we missed the streaming, and so we put streaming with the screening, but it's not the same, so we made it its own new thing. Same name. Welcome to Show and Tell Streaming Spectacular. There's the graphic. That's how you know it's real, not fake. Kyle Health is joining me on the musical cues. And hopefully, we'll be joined by some of our beloved creators. This last show and tell was a hit. I'm going to tell you right now, I had a absolute blast. We had a full lineup of amazing creative geniuses, and I'd love to sit down and talk to them. I've sent many emails out to them, and I have a couple of responses. So hopefully we'll at least have one show up and talk to us. I mean, if you're watching it right now, then jump onto that StreamYard link and join us. We want to talk. But first, I want to talk to Kyle. Kyle, how did you feel like our December show and tell screening spectacular? How did you feel like it went?
It was a nice time. It's like once it started, I felt like it shifted into high definition. How you doing? Hello.
Whoa!
We're
How
in
did
high
you do
definition.
that?
I just started thinking about the magic and spirit of show and tell screening spectacular, and it really did it.
It really did it.
And now I get to look here. You get to look at this part of my head and my eyes looking in this direction. So
That's kind of how streaming spectacular goes. Let's check in with the comments. Who's here? Who's watching us? Justin Platt is back. What's up, Justin? Maddie K is in the house. I'll come if no one's there. That's right. Maddie K's here. Maddie K, this was the first time Maddie K hasn't presented a video in a bit. Well, I guess you didn't have video the show and tell before. I don't remember. Anyway, we got a couple of people coming in that screen. I want to do a quick just rundown of who we had. We had you know what I should have done is I should have ordered these based on when they screened, right? Like so that we had it in the lineup.
right.
Sir Spence was in show and tell for the first time.
We love a first time submitter.
I'd been asking Sir Spence quite a while. I say, you make videos every month. We got to get you in show and tell. That was beautiful. Beautiful video, very poignant, called Conservative Dads During Christmas. We had Steezy Kane presented a video. It was a work in progress. This is what I really liked about show and tell this last time. Steezy was like, I was like, you got any videos going on? And he was like, oh, I just finished editing the first half of this video. It's a rough cut. I don't have anything. We're like, we screen rough cuts all the time. That's what I told him because I screen rough cuts at show and tell quite often, you know. And so anyway,
his was insane, and he literally left it on. It was like, I mean, the thing was probably 10 minutes long.
12 minutes once we have the full thing, it'll be like, I mean, he's cutting these longer videos that are like probably like, I don't know, 15-20 minute. They're like extended sketches or a collection of ideas into a running narrative. I love it.
Pretty crazy.
So this was the first half of it. We got Joey back. Joey came and he said he's available later on the stream. He might be able to come. He had a new video. I loved it. It was like kind of an infographic / funny sketch. Loved it. Wait, who do we have? Oh, Dave Getzel's in the house. Dave is here right now. Dave, you want to jump on the stream whenever you're ready? We want to talk to you about your beautiful, man, what a really special Yerf Dog Christmas special we had this year. It's quite something. Co came in with...
You really gave us a great outro speech at the end of the show and tell, because I was playing that Tom Waits song.
Oh, that's right.
And it really inspired. It really inspired you.
Pleasant time. Yeah. That was pretty funny. I mean, we don't really do bits at show and tell, but that was a fun bit. Maddie says I don't have the link because I didn't screen this month.
It worked because it was like Christmassy. It felt very wrap up the year speech.
Yeah, it was kind of like a wrap up of the too bad I didn't have anything prepared or planned to say. I do want to say I tried this new thing where we I tried the new newsletter. Oh, we got a presenter. I'm gonna go through this rundown since we already started it, and then we're gonna get to our first presenter here. We had Co came in. Co actually submitted this video a couple of months ago, and we were like, if you're not uploading it until after Christmas, why don't you play? It's a very Christmassy video. And he was like, yeah, sure. So we waited 3 months to screen White Elephant, and I think it played a lot better during Christmas time. Will presented Uncle Doug's Christmas special, which I'm not familiar with Uncle Doug. I think it's a running series that Will and Mighty Shawl does. We're going to talk to Will. We're going to talk to Will very soon. Blake presented another video. Very funny. Oh, why did you not tell me these things weren't on the screen, Kyle?
I didn't know what your plan was. Your mind works in mysterious ways.
I had this up and I was talking about Uncle Doug, and then I skipped it. Okay, here's Blake. Blake was in it. Josh Patton presented another TikTok collection, which was a blast. Churdleys came in. We hadn't seen Churdleys in quite some time, and Churdleys came in hot with a new stellar video. I loved it. And then Brian Colbert was back. I think this was the third month in a row that he came and did his series.
I think it's second, right?
It was the third. I think he's done many episodes of it, but this was the third time he did Herbivore. You were gone for the first time, I think.
That makes sense. I was gone. I was at that emo festival in Vegas. Feel free to DM me about that emo festival. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
about
if anyone wants to know about that emo festival in Vegas, Kyle went to that instead of show and tell. Whoops, there goes my camera. It looks like I'm going to be doing that quite often.
Why couldn't it have been ViewSonic?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People do ask me quite often, why am I not using ViewSonic? Anyway, here's that's the rundown. Those were our films. We're gonna have a good streaming spectacular. Let's talk to Will. Oh, I'm crashing down. Sign me.
Let's get Will in here. Will,
you ready to talk to some creators, Kyle?
It's like a Will. It's like a Will. Yeah, Will. It's like a 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 Will. It's Will Blanchard up in here. It's Will.
What's up, Will?
It's Will.
Hey.
It's Will up in here.
When I hear this, I can only think of the song about McDonald's that Dave put in his Shownet special.
Wow, yes, what a deep cut.
It's deep. It's a cut people need to know about. So
yeah.
Go to YouTube and watch Dave Getzel's stuff.
It's good. And you know what? Well, no one would have known Kyle could play a song about McDonald's if Dave hadn't have written that into his...
He told me to do. See, I'll do a thing if you tell me to do it. If you tell me to do a thing, I'll do a thing.
Well,
will I do a thing on my own? No.
You guys have such great backgrounds.
Oh, thank you. I tried
an audio only component so that people don't see my background, which is like the color and the compact discs. They don't need to see that.
Yes, but you have them at ready. You could take it in.
You were also arrested at one point. That's kind of rough for your background check as well.
Yes. Unfortunately, being white in Missouri, it's really hard life.
Seems like one of the only. Well, as we get controversial here, as we like to do on the streaming spectacular, do you have any complaints? Any do you have any
hit us with it?
Yeah, so I saw Kyle this is so true. I saw Kyle Health because I'm good friends with Mark Sipka.
Yes.
And he introduced me to you guys, although you wouldn't have necessarily known me. I was just showing up and hanging on the wall before I ever submitted. And then I go into Thirsty Crow, and Sethward, all your friends except you are there, including your girlfriend and Kyle. And all these people are all at the Thirsty Crow without you. And of
I
course,
feel like I remember getting an invite to Thirsty Crow, and I denied the invite.
yeah, well, that was a good idea. But I went up to Kyle Helf and said hi. And I understand that he didn't know me then, but then at show and tell, it was kind of like, who are you again? Like Lori and Kyle were like, we don't know you. We've never met you
Oh,
before. And
this
I
is
was like,
good. This is
ugh.
good. Let it all out. Make sure that Kyle feels bad about this.
I hear you, and I do feel properly bad.
That was the only time I've ever been sober at that venue, and I was just like really excited that you would maybe remember me too, but it's okay.
I know Will for being a hard and fast friend of Mark Sipguy. I know you as that. I know you as
Not a bad.
as somebody who came to show and tell and was like, WTF, why is Mark Sipka's face on merch? And you were I think I sensed that you were a little confused and like bewildered, like a Twilight Zone moment where you're like, I knew Mark was a part of this, but I didn't know he was this.
Yeah. And you kind of, I thought it was funny, but you went out of your way to like legally disclaim that he was like a mascot in your speech that night. You were like, it's not legal to make a person a mascot.
Yes.
I was like, oh, there's
It's
legal problems here.
It's 100% not politically correct, but we love to do it because our loveth for Mark Sipka overfloweth, and there's nothing else we can do but honor him with statues, merch of Lil Mark Sipka. I have him tattooed in many places on my body, and that's all.
Too many places.
Enough about Mark Sipka. I want to talk about your film that you submitted and played at Show and Tell. Tell us about Uncle Doug's Christmas special at the Streaming Spectacular. We like to get a little extended tell. So if there's anything you wanted to say about the project in general, but you didn't have enough time or forgot at Show and Tell, hit us with it. Where did it start?
Well, so this is like my plug for the night. If you go to my YouTube channel, it is very lo-fi. My stuff is extremely lo-fi, and hopefully going higher-fi soon. But
higher-fi, yes, good.
So a couple years ago in 2019, I decided I was gonna, because I've always been like a writer since I moved here, but didn't do much in the way of making stuff on YouTube. So I decided I was gonna start making these albums because I really like music. So they're like video playlists, they're YouTube playlists, but they're supposed to like fit together like an album. So if you go to my channel, there's like 3 of those that I've made since 2019.
Okay.
And on all of them, there's this character, Uncle Doug. And on the first album, he was like a huge hit. I think people still like him. Like he's like my only creation so far that has like a bit of a following.
Sure. And
he's also,
people really relate to.
Yeah. I mean, who cannot relate to drinking big gulps from Casey's General Store?
Yes.
And he's a little bit based on a couple of people in my life, including one uncle that I really do have, and a guy that I like went to church with years ago who claims
his name is your actual Uncle Doug.
No, his name is not Doug. I will not give away his name, but he's
please.
It's kind of funny because he knows that it's about him because his family kind of, they like instantly were like, oh, you just made fun of our dad. But
wait, but it's a friend of yours who plays Doug. It's not, or no, you play Doug.
I play Doug, yeah.
Okay, and you have a friend in the series. I got it mixed up. So you have a friend in the series that comes through.
Yeah, so Joe played Herndon. That's the first time he's ever appeared. Usually it's Doug by himself.
Gotcha. Okay. Doug's YouTube
rambling
series. Yes, right.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, Doug is I love that there's a good uncle in your series. I like to use Uncle John, but we haven't seen Uncle John at Show and Tell in a little bit.
Into a robot.
Who is Uncle John?
Uncle John. You know Uncle John.
Oh yes. Is this Long John Silver?
No, close. Oh my gosh, it always goes back to Long John Silver. Whenever I told you this at Show and Tell. You were like, you're under a raincoat, and then I was like, Are you talking about Long John Silver's raincoat? Like,
By the way, I'm sorry if that came off as I was heckling you.
No, you didn't at all. No.
You like the king of that venue, and I would never heckle you.
No, I don't think that you can actually heckle at show and tell. I think that no one has technically ever been like, "Oh, get off the stage." Like, I don't think that's ever happened. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle. I think in the 8.5 years of doing shows every month, there's never been a proper heckler. Maybe we need to change that.
Yeah, people talk.
People talk back
videos.
though. I think because it's
very
very community based. It's very funny. We had Dave Getzel says, "Oh, you selling Mark Sipka statues?" And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. We don't actually have a real statue, but we do have a 3D printed Shonen the Rodent statue. So we got the other mascot.
Oh, ready to paint.
Yeah, we need to paint it and put his arm back on. I think his arm fell off. But we could do this with Mark Sipka. We just need somebody to make a 3D printed a 3D print file or just a 3D. Somebody make Mark Sipka in Blender and we will print it out.
But I feel compelled to say it's like there's two Mark Sipkas, because the Mark Sipka that's on the bags is the clean cut glass of milk Mark Sipka.
It's true. And we don't have the
mullet.
Yeah, we don't have mullet with mustache Mark Sipka. We just have, which I mean, that's Lil Mark Sipka. So in all honesty, it's a different entity. This Lil Mark Sipka is not on like State Farm commercials.
We'd hate to step on the State Farm toes.
Yeah.
So are you? Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask real quick, did Mark bring like Tad and all those characters to show and tell?
Yeah. I mean, this is funny. Since we're gonna talk more about Mark Sipka, I'll really lay it in there.
Not mine.
This is Mark's time now. At this point, I wish Mark was watching this just so he knew how much we loved him. Kyle, we tag him? Let's tag him in the comments. That doesn't do anything. Okay, so anyway, I met Mark through Monkey Butler, which is improv school way back in the day. But during those improv shows, he was doing a ton of sketches with Trent, and they were doing like releasing a sketch every like 3 days. They were pumping them out. And I started doing show and tell and was like, you make sketches like every day, come do show and tell. And he was like, oh, I just took like a sabbatical. I think Trent and I are not doing that like as consistent. It was like right when we started show and tell.
Yeah.
But then he was doing sketches with Josh Thomas and doing a lot of other little things here and there. So Mark has been in show and tell many times, different characters he's done in videos, but he would have been in it like every single month if we had started like 1 year earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's funny because I had a list when I started show and tell. I was really intricate about trying to get all my friends to come and be in the show. It was more a show about me trying to get people to submit versus people submitting on their own. Now we get a lot more people. I don't have to hassle as much.
Yeah.
But the beginnings, I wrote out a spreadsheet. Mark was up there at the top of the spreadsheet of people who I was like, oh, they'll be in it every single month because they do so much. But anyway, Tad's been in a video. Mark put in a video with Melissa Velsenor way back in the day. Mark submitted a video with Austin. He and Austin have put in stuff together. Yeah, very fun. I love when they do like couple stuff. It's like so good.
Me too. Yeah. We love you, Mark. If you're listening, sorry I bring you up every time I talk to Sethward, but I don't know what else to talk to you about. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Well, it's hard not to talk about Mark. Let's talk about the future of what's Mighty Shawl. Tell us the background and the future. What is Mighty? Am I even saying it right? Shawl.
Mighty Shawl.
Shoal.
Mighty Shoal.
Yeah, it's me and my producers, Joe and Spencer Newman, who are brothers, who I like met in preschool, and we've always made videos together. So like,
Yes.
I know you. That's what happened with you too, because you guys went to high school together. We like made our first film in high school, and then they moved out here. Like I moved out here like in 2015, but like slowly but surely they came out here, and now we're finally making stuff together. So everything on the YouTube channel we've made together, and our friend Ethan, who's like the really tall guy who was with us, he joined recently, and he's a really great editor and creative producer, and we just have fun
I
making
love that. Where'd you meet Ian? You said Ian, yeah? Ethan, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Ian.
Hey, Ian.
He won't get mad. I'll see how many times
he won't. He just
correct me.
He can't.
Ethan and I, we had mutual friends in like, again, I mentioned a church I went to, and we met in the same church. I only make faith-based content.
Yeah, of course you do.
But yeah, we met that way, and he's just a very intelligent guy. He's the guy there on the left, and
yes,
yeah, in my Instagram post, I said I'm really lucky to work with them. They're awesome.
Oh, heck yeah. No, you are. I agree. I think you are really lucky to be able to find that crew that like you enjoy making stuff together consistently. That's like so valuable in LA.
Well, yeah, and I was going to ask you because like I did it like assembly line. We wanted this video to be like fun to make because it's really stressful this time of year, and show and tell was super early.
Yeah.
We did we shot it on the Saturday before your event, and then we edited it on Sunday. And I had Ethan do the editing and the Newmans do the shooting. So on Saturday when we shot it, we had this whole subplot about Herndon being into crypto, and we thought it was the funniest thing we'd ever done. We were giggling. We were like so into this. And then on Sunday, Ethan shows up and he's like, cut all of that. Like just cut. That's too much. And he was right. Like Ethan was right. But it's so funny because then like, why did you cut that? And it was this whole like weird. So I don't know if you've ever had that, Sethward.
Yeah. Wait, so was there some drama? Like he was like kind of frustrated, or just like everyone understood like, oh, we need to cut it down kind of a thing?
People like they gave notes right on my final cut. And they definitely like expressed kind of disdain at leaving that out, you know. So, but it was okay. Like ultimately, like they were supportive and all that.
For sure. I had a similar thing this last show and tell where, well, first of all, our video was like 50. I gave like Kyle sometimes will like edit down whatever I have right before show and tell to be able to make it, you know, not boring for everyone during the screening. But I gave it to him at, what was it, 12 minutes, Kyle? It was bad. It was very long.
It wasn't the worst.
It wasn't the worst, but it was too long.
There's been like 30-minute cuts that I like.
And at that point, I was like,
to cut down.
Because you get lost in the cut. You don't have the objectivity.
Right.
I don't know if you had that feeling too, but
it's really not that hard. it's because I haven't been staring at it for hours, so I'm able to just like.
But for me, it's the opposite. It's very, very hard. So if he can, it's really beneficial for him to like slice and dice. And I wash my hands of the thing. I'm like, you're doing me a huge favor. Cut literally anything you need to make it funny. I also trust Kyle. And then Lori was such a big part of this last video, which she's not usually. She's been in like 2 videos total in her life. And so she's obviously very into each of the ideas or the bits that happen in the video. She was, you know, they're babies at this point. And she was like, I can't believe you guys cut out this and this. And remember that line? That was very funny. And I was like, oh, Lori, we cut a lot of funny stuff. It's just, it's not funny when there's so much funny. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's the same note. And that's what I typically deal with in this improvised context, is that if you're saying funny stuff at the same note at an outside venue, it's like, you get 2 and then the third one's like, okay, move on. And then you do a 4th version of that same note. People they're not just not laughing. They're like, now your video's bad.
They'll start throwing shit, man.
They start
and
throwing.
it's hard to hear that. I don't like hearing it, although obviously that's what led me to like cut down my own video for your thing.
Yeah,
Was the same thing. But I hear that. By the way, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Jody, who was in. She does not act. She's even less of an actress than Lori.
Let's go, Jody.
I know. I think she's watching, but she was in an Uncle Doug video on the last album where he's like the bachelor. So I needed a bunch of cute girls, and she does not want to act at all, but like she came through. And so I told Lori on Friday, I was like, yay for girlfriends who come through for us.
Yes. No,
we need them.
Right. You're so right. You are so right. Lori is
definitely... hot women always drop out. So you need another hot woman. That is my philosophy, and Jody knows that.
She knows that. I love it. I love it. Oh, Jennifer's here. Jennifer says, "Oh, hi, cool dudes. Still patiently waiting for the show and tell video where Health hits you with a truck. That video was epic." Oh yes, I still haven't uploaded that. But you, speaking of uploading stuff, you've uploaded your Doug Christmas special. Did you edit anything in or change anything from show and tell?
No, even though there is a lot of stuff I was sad to lose. And I'm thinking about, I don't know, it's like what you said. It's like leave it on the cutting room floor. But I'm thinking about doing a little cut of like some outtake stories that he tells.
Yeah. Have you ever?
He just rambles endlessly. What?
Yeah. I love that. What I've been doing to satiate that pain of cutting things out is using them. Well, sometimes I don't, but throwing them into like reels or Instagram posts, like reusing the outtakes as just its own separate content on TikTok. Do you think about that? Is it too much trouble? Do you even post on?
I don't have the following you do. I have like a very personal friends and family following right now, and obviously I'd love to grow that. The priority is working on my writing and just being a better writer. And that's my number one. Yeah. I know you guys are both really good performers. I love performing. Well, no, and I mean that as a compliment, but it's like I'm trying to like become a better writer. And so I don't know. Obviously, I'd love to promote myself and grow a following. And if I could do that, I'd love to do that kind of thing. Maybe I just need to start putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the following amasses, is giving them things to feast on. I definitely haven't had luck with getting a following without posting. The only kind of following I have is because I've committed to posting, like for the vertical stuff, I'd committed to posting every day, but that was like, I don't think I'm doing that in 2023. I decided I'm done with that life.
Really? It worked though. I mean,
I have a genuine question. Sorry, Kyle.
No, go ahead.
I totally interrupted you, which I love doing.
I also want to give anyone who's watching, this show, if I didn't make it clear, is questions from you guys, questions from maybe Kyle or I, but mostly we're letting you guys drive the conversation. So Q&A with Will, Q&A with show and tell, anything. Anyway, go ahead, Will.
I was just going to ask, like, we all love the same things, but because you're so prolific, do you ever just want like a night at home with your blankie? I'm serious. Like, or do you just work every day of your life?
Oh man, Kyle knows what's up with that.
Work is his blankie.
Amen, my brother.
Yeah.
No, I've been working with I've been working through that, especially the past 5 years. 5 years has been like more like 4. I've really thought about, workaholic is a negative term, right? It's like that's what you are if you're spending too much time working or too much time neglecting social life, I think is what people perceive workaholicism to be, right? And I've had this, especially like Lori talks to me a lot about that, wanting to like hang out more. You need rest. The body needs rest, whatever. And my type of personality was like, you're right. I'm like,
it's all
bad.
BS.
And then, And so I've been like, kind of being hard on myself, being like, we need to do more resting. We need to figure out how to like do more breaks, be okay with not being productive every waking moment of your life. And then this year, I was tired of getting mad at myself for not resting and realized that like it's okay to have some productivity within a restful life and finding the balance of that. Like I am the most happy when I'm making, when I'm like creating, when I'm some call it work. And I don't know. That's like that is in some ways that work is my rest. It rejuvenates me in a way that I love it. So now I'm
Awesome.
even more confused with what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm trying to find that balance and find what that means. But yeah.
I would call that a blessing.
Yeah.
Not that because I think there's go ahead, sorry.
No, blessing in like learning that, or a blessing to be able
that
to
you have that weakness, if you will, that you have to work all the time. I think for me, I love writing. I was like last week, I spent the whole week like feeding stories about the McDonald's characters into an AI generator.
My man.
Sure.
Well, that's all I've been doing.
When I was very young, I wrote this character, and I'm still trying to make this show here in LA called Notorious King of Spain. And it was just a silly cartoon show that I wrote as a kid where anything was possible. So I think for me, that's the thing. But I think it's awesome that you're able to like do physical production, do all this stuff that I would consider very more of work, and you just love every minute of it. And that is awesome.
Well, I'm definitely, I don't love like every minute of it, but I do not love doing nothing, and I get super anxious when I'm like, all right, now I'm just gonna rest. Like after show and tell is usually like after a big deadline, because I'll either be working really hard to get my video edited and finished, or something was happening in the month to where it pushed making the video till the last minute. Usually the last Friday of the month is a huge like work. And then the Saturday after, or the Sunday, that weekend after, I'm usually kind of like, I feel good. Like I feel like I've fulfilled that need to be productive. But at the same time, I'm aimless. I have this feeling of like, oh man, I don't know what I need to be working on right now. I don't have an immediate deadline. And I hate that feeling of not being in the middle of working on a big project. I don't know if anyone else relates to that, but it's something I've noticed recently.
It's got to be common, unless you're the only one, and then
it's got to be common unless you're the only one.
Then I guess we'll study you. I guess that makes you the most marketable of them all.
It's actually very unmarketable.
Maybe it's maybe it's how your brain like grasps the purpose of existence.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, to go really deep, that is probably the base.
Do you have a fear of do you have issues with like mortality and like a fear of dying? Because that's kind of a root of a lot of this stuff, where you sort of like,
well, it's the root of being forgotten. It's like, but dying isn't, I don't know if dying is that, I don't know if, I mean, I'm not that fearful of dying, because we're all going to die, but I think it's the fear of not leaving a legacy, or not leaving something, your mark, or not being able to bring anything into the world.
Yeah, I get that. Does anyone like, you guys like the Beatles at all?
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, like
Kyle,
I hate
Kyle for hating.
I was all about it until the Get Back doc, and I'm like, oh, they're hacks.
I loved them until the Netflix documentary came out, calling them all really bad people. And
yeah. No, that got me back intrigued again. I was like, okay. There's a little something. My favorite artists are the ones that I have to separate them from the art they make.
Oh yeah, Woody Allen Film Festival all night.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
Woody
I was gonna say
in AI.
Yeah. At the end of A Day in the Life, there's that like famous piano chord, like dun, and then it just like slowly fades out. And I've always felt like that was like kind of like a sign of like when you die. Like for a while, people remember you, and then like it gets softer and softer and softer and softer until it goes away. We're getting deep here. But then if you're
yeah.
really, really good, like if you're like Beethoven, you might get to a point where people like they know your name, but they don't really know any details about you unless they're like a professor. I don't know. Like I've thought about this before.
Sure.
So anyway, life is depressing.
I don't know. I'm like a positive. I'm like an optimistic nihilist, where I'm sort of like nothing matters, so that's what's great about it. That's what's liberating. Like I'll say this: even if you get lucky and you become one of the most, you just become a household name for like centuries, or like a historical figure in some capacity. How does that? You're gone. What does it matter? Like, are you like, what does that accomplish other than putting pressure on your descendants to live up to your
I
greatness?
completely disagree with this. I think there's a lot of meaning to life, and I think that if you have that perspective, then you are inherently not very kind to other human beings because they don't matter. Community doesn't matter.
Well, I never said it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's ultimately going to, like, I don't know.
It
I was
all
actually
comes
talking to
out in the
Stephanie
wash.
about this too.
I feel like your thought, not to speak for you, but it's that it's not that nothing matters. It's that the things that you may think matter the most all go out in the wash. It all like it's not as important as you think it is. Versus like nothing matters. That seems kind of crazy because you matter a lot to me. Will matters less than you do because I don't know him as well. But
give it time.
Will matters to me. Like people in my life matter a lot. And what I love is to talk to them and hang out with them. Live this life with them. So I couldn't sit here and say that nothing matters, but
there'd be no show and tell if nothing mattered. Really, it's a party for Sethward's friends, everyone.
That's right. And if you ain't there, then you ain't my friend. Anyway, I don't mean to like say Kyle's wrong here.
Well, I mean, you're right. Like, I mean,
no, I'm not right either. I'm just we got probably the deepest we've ever gotten at a streaming spectacular.
Yeah, we're making this worth it, fam. Let's go.
Hey. Oh, I thought Kyle was gonna hit us with some music, but
I hope I'm not like holding anyone up behind me in the creator pool.
Well, we do have Dave Getzel in the green room. Are we holding
you up? Do you have to be anywhere, Dave? Do you have to be anywhere, Dave?
No.
Okay, cool. Dave is chilling, so that means we can talk for another couple
hours.
Another couple of hours.
No, I think we're gonna wrap it up with Will. I would love to talk to Dave, but I wanted to see what's the future. What's the immediate future? You're gonna go home to see family for the holidays. What's the new year for you? What's in the future for Will and Mighty Shawl?
Mighty Shawl, that's right. Well, we want to do a video next month for show and tell. Not to like, I don't know, it might be February, but we want to do another video for show and tell just soon. And then I'm kind of starting to think about the 4th album because I've made 3. And I want to do a 4th album that's a little bit more like a couple comedy sketches, but a couple of like vibey, music only things that's a little bit higher quality.
You were saying you explained this earlier, but whenever you say album, you're talking about just a new iteration of you, specifically Uncle Doug.
No, playlists. Again, like if you go to my YouTube channel, there are like 3 playlists of sketch comedy.
Yeah, that's what you were talking. Sorry.
They're not like Uncle Doug's in them, right? But like they have different plots or scenarios or whatever, and they're kind of meant to be a start to finish thing.
So it's kind of like a series. I mean, it's like it's like a web series almost, but you call them albums.
I guess they're like standalone playlists, right? So I've made 3 so far, and each one of them has a flavor or a theme, and they're just in terms of feeling like I'm expressing myself, they're there. So that's what's on the horizon on the YouTube channel. But working privately, I'm also working on my animated pilot, and
nice.
So excited about that.
Is it animated pilot like comedy or is it?
Yeah, definitely. It's like
oh.
like if anyone's seen Fairly Odd Parents or
Yes.
Space Ghost or anything like that, like it's very much in that vein.
And you're writing it, so do you have idea who's animating? Do you have that plot, or you're just wanting to make it happen, whatever?
I have some boards actually. I have some boards that a friend of mine did, and then I'm
Nice.
looking for someone new to work on to go forward. But
I
right now
can
we
think
have
of-
what we need to pitch.
I can
Yes.
think of someone who could animate that for you.
He's
wow.
I'm a big fan, you know.
We'll let you guys talk it out.
No, it's okay. Now, did you just put us on split screen? Thank you for that. Hi,
Yeah,
Dave.
'cause it's just the two of us now.
I know. Every time you show one of your films, there's like a moment where I'm about to like urinate because I'm laughing that hard. And in this case, it was the scene where like the blob person walks towards the camera while it's snowing outside and announces their plan.
Yeah, that's a great shot. I kind of took that from my Christmas special last year. I put a lot of work into animating that character, so it's good to be able to reuse some of those clips.
Wait, that was not an original. You just reused your loops. You're not allowed to do that.
Avatar's
a lot of work.
Wow.
Do we have a timer we can put on, and then we can just like put people in the hot seat with each other for like 30
That is
seconds?
very fun. It is very mean without telling them to do it, but that was fun to do. Anyway, we won't take up any more of Will's time. This was so awesome to have you here, Will. Thank you for stopping by. And yes, we look forward to. I want to see more sketches within the albums, and also your animated. I want to see the progress in that.
Thank you for the platform, and we have. I just want to say before I go, my Mighty Shoal team and I have a blast at this thing. So
yes,
we really do love it. So we'll see you again soon.
Well, thanks, Will. Go follow Will at Blanchard Will, and Mighty Shoal. You don't have Mighty Shoal handles. It's just you go to
right now. It's just Blanchard Will, but
copy that.
We'll take it one.
Well, that sounds like a blast. Thanks, Will, for being here.
I shall never forget you, Will.
Okay.
I promise to never forget Will, and to
take it easy, dog.
Bye, guys.
Will.
Love you forever.
It's like a Will. It's like a Will.
That was Will Blanchard.
It's like a Will. There he goes.
Kyle, did I upset you just now? Did I say, or how are you doing?
No, I think you're. I mean, listen, like I can't go around just like saying that nothing matters.
I can't go around
because
just
you are correct that that's not like universal. That can't just be a thing that we decide is universal. Then you're right. It sets a precedent. Maybe
as a
it's
society, we can't go around saying that nothing matters.
Yeah, it's something though that works for me, and I assume other people.
It
like
works
me.
for anxiety, that's for
exactly.
sure.
Coming from a place of being self, like I don't post enough. I don't do enough. Simply, I mean, because you can call it laziness, but what's it rooted in? I'm assuming rooted in like a self-consciousness or like a insecurity.
Sure.
And so when for me, it's funny because it's like I know that I'm good. It's not that I need help with like, oh, am I like good? I know that I'm good. I just because I know what I know that I'm good. I want it to showcase how good I am, and that's when I talk myself out of doing things because I make things too precious.
Yeah.
And so then when I just say, well, nothing, it doesn't matter. Like it's sort of to say like no one particular show or no one particular, even if you do have like a big opportunity for a thing, it's like just keep going, like just doing stuff.
For sure. I get that. I get that for sure.
No, but it's good to talk about it. Like it's good that you said that because you're right. I can't just be like, health, yeah, health, yeah. Anyway, so, but yeah, so, oh, but it's
Well, let's talk to Dave Getzel. Dave Getzel's in the chat now. Dave has submitted now before to set this up for anyone who's watching the streaming spectacular for the first time. This next presenter who presented a video at Show and Tell screening spectacular last Friday, I believe is the reigning champion of most submitted or screened films of all time at Show and Tell screening spectacular. Are you okay, Kyle? Oh, you froze there for a little bit. I think you're
yeah,
back.
my connection or something.
Yeah, why are
We'll
you
see
so
if it.
bad
We'll see if
connection?
it does it here.
Why? Hey, why'd you turn off your HD? You look so much better in
Did you know
HD.
it was like fuzzy?
You gotta
It
just turn off the autofocus.
Mm,
Hit the autofocus button. Hey, look, there you are. Hey, look, it's my ornament right behind you. That's product placement.
dang right, fam.
Lori's stepdad made that for me.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Get a good zoom in on that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Yeah, I like that.
And then you just give a little like
Uh-huh.
just give a little like
Yeah. What do you give a little what? Oh. Oh. It's a little soft, but I do get the vibe. There it is. Christmas time is a wonderful time. Christmas in Hollywood. Christmas time, oh, Christmas time. Got an ornament with the name Christmas time, Christmas time. It's a wonderful rhyme. Christmas ornament. Wouldn't you like a rudiment? Meaning to life, it's nothing matters. So get your Christmas sweater on and your Mad Hatters. It's Christmas, cause a scene. Life is building on fire like you've never seen. Oh, I rhymed scene with scene. Anyway, Christmas time. Christmas time. Dave Getzel, everybody. It's Dave Getzel. What's going on, Dave?
Hey. Oh, look at that.
Dave, how are you doing? How is the holiday season right now? How are you okay? Do you have the holiday depression? What's up?
Oh no, I'm not depressed. I like the holidays.
That's good. That's good to know.
Why, you guys get depressed?
No, just a lot of people get depressed during this time of the year, you know?
That's
I get
true.
anxious a little bit. I get anxious.
Kyle gets anxious during the holiday season.
Thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave Getzel, the creator of Yerf Dog. You can visit more of his stuff at yerfdogadventures.com, as well as all the social media platforms. I believe you're at Yerf Dog Adventures, at Yerf Dog Adventures. Some of them are HB Getzel animation.
Yeah, my
Google
YouTube is HB Getzel. Yerfdogadventures.com is my website, which I haven't updated in like at least 3 years, but it does link you to things. So,
well, Dave, I want to ask you how you felt like this Yerf Dog Christmas special went. Did you have a good time at Show and Tell? What did you think the audience response was like?
yeah, I had a good time. I think the audience responded fine. I mean, it wasn't like one of my favorite things I've ever made, but I'm happy with how it came out.
Oh, you think you're not so happy with how it turned out, huh?
Oh no, I like it. I feel like you gotta just put them out and not second guess yourself because, like,
Nothing matters.
Preach.
well, I don't know if nothing matters. I guess that's how Kyle feels.
Yeah.
It's all your perspective of life.
This is good. This is a good Christmas time.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to say that life kind of sucks, but then, like, it's also easy to say that life is great. So you got to pick one.
You gotta pick one, my man. I want to say there was some very, very good laugh out loud moments in this new Christmas, and you brought back Christmas Jelly Man, which was a new character last year.
Yeah, Christmas Jelly Man's great.
Oh, people loved Christmas Jelly Man. I mean, voiced by not only no other than the Jason Redlitz. People know him, people love him, Jason Redlitz. I had a couple people that came up and they asked me, they said, who was Christmas Jelly Man? We like what? Who did that? Who is that?
Yeah, I mean, I was very happy with everything he did.
Do you did you have any moments that you were like, I don't know about this part, and then the screening surprised you, or
Not really. I always get a little worried because it's hard to tell once you make something because, like, you've been, like, putting it together and writing it and editing it for so long, like, you don't even really know what's funny about it anymore.
right?
So, like,
right.
I always worry, especially about like, if they go over 5 minutes, like, I'm worried that they're paced badly.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like 6.5 minutes. So, like, I wish it came out shorter, but it's so hard with the animations because, like, if it comes out too long, it's hard to cut anything and have it still make sense.
Yeah,
Especially because these things barely make sense. I mean, even when they're just as scripts.
yeah.
So Getzel, you got to tell me because I've been glued to this AI script writing thing.
Oh yeah, Dave, Kyle has a pitch for you.
So have you used AI to write a script or to write
Oh no,
dialogue
I didn't
yet?
know that AI was writing scripts now.
Yeah,
I would love
is.
to do an episode of the Yerp Dog show that's just written by AI.
Okay, so you can, and why Kyle even says something like that is because you write very similar to the way AI pushes out scripts. I don't know what that says about you, but Kyle thinks
put in who the characters are and it makes up a story about them.
you can tell AI who the characters are and what their motivations are, whatever, and it'll pump out a script. And if you actually, Kyle, can you give them scripts of previous Yerf Dog cartoons and have them read it and then make one based on what he's already said?
Theoretically, yes. I've not tried that.
What kind of a program is this? Is this a free thing or do you have to, like, buy it?
No, it's free. It's online. It's just a website.
What I'm a little scared of is that you're gonna get all this information. Kyle's gonna tell you exactly how to do it, and then in a year and a half, we're gonna see a Yerf Dog the Yerf Dog show, the movie 2, the sequel, written completely by AI, animated by Dave Getzel.
If I could commit to doing a feature based on AI.
Is this sounds like
AI would
animate
it. AI could do the storyboarding and whatnot, and then all you got to do is just, like, give some movement to the AI art. I mean, give some movement is, I guess, what you would call animating, which is what takes long.
That's just what animating is.
I don't think I would ever do another feature,
But if you have a feature script and it's pretty good, especially knowing that it's got some kind of, like, fun new written by robots theme.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how few people have watched my last feature?
I've seen at least 2 people watching it.
Well, I mean, yeah, the night I played it at the theater, there were probably like 40 to 50 people there.
And that was very fun, was it not? You can't deny that wasn't fun.
Oh yeah. I actually revisited my movie not that long ago. I kind of had a negative feeling of it for a while because that was like one that I really like worked on for so long that by the time it came out, I didn't really find anything funny in it anymore.
Wow, you kind of just were over the whole
Yeah.
project, huh?
But then like not watching it for like 4 years or whatever, and then watching it again recently, like it was way funnier than I was expecting. Like I actually think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell us about this Burger King sweater.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about this Burger King sweater, Dave?
I just thought it was funny, so I bought it. I don't know. It's like one of those things where they try to give you products that they think you'll like on Instagram, and it's always like a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Like I saw that pop up on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's funny. I'll buy that."
So
it's pretty good.
It is.
I mean, Burger King is a great thing to base a Christmas sweater on.
I mean, nobody in the chat's denying it.
Yeah. I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
The chat is right here. It's popping off. Everybody's saying Dave should write.
Yeah, everyone's saying how much they love Dave.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying how much that nobody's denying it. Not a soul has denied it. They're also saying it should be
the original Christmas Jelly Man.
What's the denying the original Christmas? Oh, Matt Kill is the original Christmas.
Yeah, I had recorded him. That was like a Christmas cartoon I made last year.
That's right. That's
I
right.
made like the whole cartoon, and my computer like completely glitched out and just deleted everything. Like I had to remake the whole thing last minute, and Matt like bailed, so I got Jason instead.
Wait, but you got Matt to do the voice?
Oh, yeah, there was like a whole animated cartoon where Matt was Christmas Jelly Man.
And he did the voice? I thought he never did the voice.
No, he did the voice, but then he didn't want to redo it.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fine because like I loved what Matt did, but then like I liked what Jason did just as much.
Let's see if we can hear a little blurb of Jason's voice.
Oh, we're gonna give a little blurb of Jason's voice?
Yeah, let's see if we can give a little blurb.
I'm not actually your husband at all. I'm actually Christmas Jelly Man, the magical shape-shifting hunk of jelly that comes from the South Pole.
It's very quiet, but it is very good. I really do love the ability to go back and really view all of the like,
how are you
laughs
watching
and stuff, you know?
I don't think I ever put that up online yet. Oh, I guess it's up unlisted. I gotta remember to put up before Christmas because if I forget, I'm gonna have to wait a year.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the plan for the upload?
Well, it's on YouTube now unlisted, so I just gotta remember to go.
I love it when it's that animation.
Wait, so when you submit it to Show and Tell, it's a video that you then just make listed. You don't re-upload it. You don't edit it at all.
I don't do anything. I just make it.
You don't view the video stream like right here on YouTube and listen to where people laugh and where people don't laugh and edit it.
What am I going to do with any of that information? It is what it is at this point. I can't.
Well, I'm just saying you have the opportunity to is all. That's all.
I do. I think it's harder with one of these cartoons because it's like I have an exact script that I put together like a puzzle. It's not like when you go shoot a live video or you do a bunch of alternate things where you can pick and choose the best things.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I've tried to cut them down before when I thought they came out too long, and it just like it doesn't work. Like you cut a few lines and it hardly makes sense anymore. You can do it a little bit if a line's unnecessary.
Yeah. Do you have any notes about my video, Dave, that you think I should cut out or change or add?
No, I don't know. Editing something like that would be a nightmare for me. I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
Editing something like that would be a nightmare?
Yeah, I'm not great at editing that kind of live action sketch. I used to do that a little bit. I would make live action sketches with Kevin Krieger, like probably like 10 years ago when he lived with me. We would make sketches.
Yeah, yeah.
But he would edit them more than I did, but I did it a couple times when he couldn't. Like I would edit them together, and yeah, I don't know. I found it way more frustrating.
Wait,
Because
where
cartoon is super easy.
where are these? Where can people find these Kevin Krieger, Dave
It
Gessler
should be
collaborations?
some on YouTube 1929 Productions. But
YouTube 1929 production. What is this?
I don't know if I would stand behind them. I haven't watched them in a long time.
Do you think you're about to get canceled for people watching these
Oh no,
videos?
I don't think they were offensive. I just don't know if they were funny.
So you'd be
Oh,
okay with us pulling them up live?
yeah, Kyle, pull them up live.
This was like stuff we made at least a decade ago at this point. I don't know if Kevin and I were as funny 10 years ago as we are now.
I don't know. I dare say.
It's 1929 Productions, all one word.
So it's a period piece. Y'all are doing comedy as if it was 1929.
Worst action movie trailer ever. There you are.
Oh yeah, 1929 is the
Brain Chicken Dance Party. Let's see. All right,
yeah,
here we go.
1929 Corning Street is my address.
Wait, Pig Time is on your Pig Time.
Oh
is
yeah,
on,
Big Time. That Kevin had nothing to do with, but I put that up as a 1929 production.
but I've seen that on your channel. Did you
I
re-upload
don't
that?
think so I don't think it was on my channel. I think it was just on 1929 Productions.
Whoa, man, these have 100. This has 39 views, and it's uploaded 10 years ago.
10 years
Some of them
ago.
have like almost 300 views though. Male Bonding, I think, was a pretty funny one.
How to
How
become
he became a
sensation.
sensation is the first one we did, and I don't think it makes any sense, but I think it's a good one to watch.
Wow, look at this.
I think I need to see one of these.
Which one should we watch right now?
Watch How to Become a Sensation.
Okay,
Wow.
here we go.
Who ate my burrito?
Acting.
Line, please. Rough. Run it back. Run it back.
Rough.
Who ate my burrito?
Meow. You're a dog. Cheese and crackers. Sorry, guys, I'm not in the zone today.
Who ate my burrito?
What? That looks like poop.
Ew.
No,
You're an animal.
that's a Snickers bar.
Now that's acting.
Now that's acting. Who is that?
No, that was my friend Pete. He was our other roommate at the time. I think you
Wow.
met him before. He was at Kevin's wedding.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Are you guys funnier now or no?
I think so.
I think so.
I mean, I think when I made that, that was like before I ever even made like any Yerp Dog stuff.
So that was before you became a well-known animator.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, Dave, do you have any upcoming future projects that you're very excited for aside from, of course, this AI written feature-length film that you're going to be making?
I don't know what my next cartoon will be. I'm sure I'll get something done for January.
Should we get like should we have AI write an outline right now for for your new movie?
I don't even know how to do that. I don't know what this.
Oh, I got you right here. What would you like? What should
I
the
guess
prompt
just
be?
tell him that your dog and his wife are both bastards, and they
Wow.
and they like to fight in the living room.
They like to fight in the living
And
room.
we'll see where that gets us.
It might not
It doesn't let you use words like
that I say
it doesn't like
bastard
that
to
word.
it, but it will do it if I say like Yerf dog and his wife are living.
How does it know when to end the story? Does it just go until it feels like
It
it's
just kind of goes for like a little bit and then it stops. It kind of resolves it. If you say story, it'll like give a beginning, middle, and end of a story that it makes up. And if you say like if you say script, it'll give you like 2 pages or so. But then you can say like write the next scene or write the sequel. You can like tell it to keep going. But
I
it'll
should
do
put
just
in like 10 different characters to just make it insane.
yeah, and that's where I've heard. I haven't myself tried giving it like a lot of information. I've just been giving it like a sentence each time. But it can be like a complex sentence. It can like you can put details within it and it'll like do it.
What's
But
the
I've heard that
What's the website called?
it's called
It's called girls18.xyz.
Oh, it's that kind of a website.
Yeah. I think so. Guys, I think we're at the point in the stream where we're not getting any real comments. We're just getting spam. So what does that mean? What does that say about us?
I guess nobody
means we gotta go into the AI now. Okay, log in.
So Dave, what was the problem with while Kyle's setting all that up? What was the problem with you getting on the stream? You said you couldn't find the link.
Oh yeah, I don't know if the link was in the email you sent us.
Oh, I sent three different emails. Everybody's having a hard time getting on StreamYard. I'm wondering how do I even let people know about this stream?
The one email I got was like, thanks for being in show and tell. It had the links to all the creator stuff. It had the link to watch this on YouTube, but it didn't have a StreamYard link. So I eventually got in by just going back and finding last month's email, which I hadn't deleted yet.
But it didn't have the StreamYard link.
No.
Then how'd you get in?
I found last month's email.
It's not the same StreamYard link.
Well, it must be because it worked.
Wow, that's insane. Well, I sent 3 different emails with the StreamYard link.
Okay. I only got one email, but I remember.
Did you check your spam?
I thought I did.
Oh, you thought you did.
Last month, like I wasn't on the list.
Oh, maybe I just didn't put you on the list. Wait, you're in December screening.
I did get one email from you. Yeah, I got nothing from show and tell in my spam.
All right, we got to figure this out because this is a problem with me communicating with the screening.
I think you gotta just put the StreamYard link in that one you send to everyone.
No, it is. I did send it to you. It's in.
Are you sure the StreamYard link's in that? Because all I could see there was like a link to watch it on YouTube.
No, it says show and tell podcast stream YouTube link. Here's the link to jump on the stream, streamyard.com/
I got creator links and stream tonight was the only email I got.
Well, that has the StreamYard link in it.
No, never mind. I did get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, show and tell stream. I guess you're right. I did have it. And this must have been the one I clicked on when I thought I was clicking on last month's email.
Okay, so it's not me. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know and make sure that it wasn't me.
Yeah. Well,
never start a sentence with no, says Mind Boggler.
Who did that? You or me? Probably you.
Probably me. All right, Kyle, we're checking in on the AI. What is the process here? What does
Okay,
it look
so
like?
so far I'm writing. I'm telling. Okay, so I'm saying write a treatment for a feature-length film about Yerf Dog, a cartoon talking dog.
Well, a feature length is not something I'm going to commit to animating.
Well, we're
Okay,
gonna read it on
So
here,
should
and then
I?
you get to
Okay,
decide.
fine. Right.
I would say like
Right.
a 5-page script about Yerf Dog and his wife.
5-page, and then the rest is just physical comedy, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to make a feature.
Okay.
How many features have you made, Seth?
I've made 0 features, so that's why I'm excited to be.
Is Yerf Dog one word? Yerf Dog is
Yeah.
is one
Hey,
word. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Dave, can I ask you a question about Yerf Dog while
Yeah.
Kyle's finishing this up?
Yerf Dog's wife. Yerf Dog's wife is named.
Yerf Dog's wife,
Yerf Dog's wife.
obviously. Okay, so can I ask you a question about Yerf Dog the movie, the Yerf Dog show, the movie?
Yeah.
So why did you never put it on IMDb?
It's very confusing to do that. I tried to, and their submission process is very hard. Like, because they want you to prove all this stuff about the movie that I have no way to prove. And then, like, it didn't seem like it even just lets you do like a straightforward submission. I don't know. I tried to do it back in 2018 or 19, and I couldn't figure it out. I did instantly get it on Letterboxd though, so people can log it and review it on there.
Yeah.
So far, it's been logged and reviewed by one person.
Wow. Okay.
Me.
So can you see reviews on I don't use Letterboxd, so I'm painfully unaware of what goes on.
Yeah, you can see reviews on Letterboxd if anyone reviews it, but I mean nobody's watched it or reviewed it, so I can't see anything.
Wait, I thought you said somebody did review it.
Yeah, me.
Oh, and what was your review?
That it's a great movie that everyone should check out, and I put the link to the YouTube.
Did you actually say that, or you're just saying that's what you would have?
No, I did. I put a review where I explained how I made it and what it was.
Oh, wow. So you did
Yeah.
that through Letterboxd. Interesting. And it didn't
Well, I mean, I
stimulate.
don't think it's like a page anyone would stumble across. Like, why would anybody be searching for that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that some things get searched if they are tagged with, like, I don't know, greatest animation of 2020 or something. Like if you put tags like
Yeah, I don't think you can really
absolute
tag like
tags.
that.
You know why the giraffe Lego sets that I got, if people don't know, I got a Lego set from Dave Getzel for Christmas. It was absolutely adorable. I got Jeffrey the Giraffe. I've already made him. I did an unboxing and I made him on a stream. This is rated as one of I think it's top 5 best or weirdest Lego sets of all time.
Top 5 best Lego sets of all time is right.
I would agree. So I don't know. I think that's maybe where you originally found it, was because you Googled weird Lego set.
Oh no, I found that because I was like, I want to buy Seth like some crap Lego set. So I went to Toys R Us when it was still in business and across the street from me. And
Wait, you just found it in the store?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got it as a gift. Joel gave it to me as a gift, and it's because he just Googled weird Lego set, and this was in the top #1 weirdest Lego sets ever created.
Yeah. And then didn't like your mother also buy one for some reason?
But hers was the similar situation with you, is that it was because she was just at a store and it was for sale.
Oh, she
So-
must have been at a Toys R Us because that was like an exclusive.
maybe it was a garage, so I don't know. Kyle, how's it going?
Okay, I had it give me a thing, but I'm gonna try again without I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. But I could like read it to you. Once upon a time, there was a cartoon talking dog named Yerf Dog who lived in a cozy little house with his wife. Yerf Dog was always up for an adventure, no matter how crazy or wacky it might be. One day, he decided to travel through time. He had always been fascinated by the past and future. He built a time machine out of an old washing machine and a toaster oven. As he traveled through time, Yerf Dog encountered all sorts of unexpected characters and situations.
This is pretty
He
good.
met ancient Egyptians, medieval knights, and futuristic robots. He even encountered a group of friendly aliens who were visiting Earth on a diplomatic mission. Despite all the wild and wacky adventures,
Wait, this sounds like the Yerf Dog Show movie.
Yerf Dog. Oh, well, here's
It sounds like a story I would never make because it's way too much work.
Here's
Sounds like
the
a great sequel.
here's the prompt I gave
If
it.
you go
I
to
said
Egypt-
write a story about a cartoon talking dog named Yerf Dog. He likes to go on crazy adventures that involve time travel, aliens, and unexpected wacky characters. He also has a wife, and they love to argue and nag each other, but it's all fun.
It's all fun.
Yeah, if I don't include that it's all fun, it might say we don't condone toxic stuff. But I'll take that out. Okay, so now I'm gonna adjust it to say write a script. So instead of a story, it's gonna be a script with dialogue about a cartoon talking dog named Yerf Dog. He likes to go on crazy adventures with his wife, Yerf Dog's wife. Include some unexpected wacky characters. Also, show that. Also include. Also, how do I say this?
Wait, what are you reading this or you're
This is what I'm
coming up with
going
it?
to tell it now. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
tell it now. Write a script about a cartoon talking dog named Yerf Dog. He likes to go on crazy adventures with his wife, Yerf Dog's wife. That way, Yerf Dog's wife is with them. He doesn't just come back home to her.
Yeah.
Include. I'm telling it to include unexpected, wacky characters, and then I'm also
Maybe
going to.
that's too vague. Maybe you should say like.
It's good when it's vague. Otherwise, it just focuses on the thing you tell it, and then just goes with that.
Okay, well, we're gonna come back to this, Kyle. You can continue to work through that. I think this is something that Dave is gonna really enjoy, even though he has not expressed any interest in wanting this to continue.
Oh no, I'm a little interested.
He's a little interested, so we do have that. But I want to get to our next presenter, who's at Show and Tell, a beloved treasure of the Show and Tell community. Dave, so you're not going anywhere for Christmas, but what's your next project? What's the next thing that you're working on?
Well, I'm going away for Christmas. I'm going.
When are you going to be back? You're taking a little Christmas break, and then when are you headed back?
I'll be back January 1st.
Oh man, yeah, you're going to start off the new year right
Yeah.
off the bat. Any big things on the horizon, Dave?
I'm sure I'll do a cartoon for January. I haven't put any thought yet into what it'll be. I'll probably try to write it before I come home, but I want to get the voices all recorded early January.
So just a cartoon. You're not excited about anything?
Well, I don't know what it'll be yet. I haven't put any thought into it.
No thoughts and no feelings, no excitement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Kyle taught me to be pessimistic about life and to feel like it doesn't
He
matter.
taught you how to be pessimistic. Okay. Well, Dave, feel free to stick around if you want to hear more from Dave, but I'm going to introduce our next guest. Thanks for being on Show and Tell Streaming Spectacular.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have Yerf Dog creator himself.
No. I have it. Here it is. It's really good. It's really good.
Should we come back? I want to talk to Joey. Joey Clift is here, and I have we got questions of brewing. We want to hear about all these projects. Should we listen? Is it real quick, Kyle?
It's a long script, so we can come back to him.
Okay, Dave, we might come back to you. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to be doing later, but maybe
I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text it to. I'm gonna.
Great.
Email.
We'll be putting this on our blog. All right. Bye, Dave. Thanks for being here.
What?
I don't have a blog. We don't have a blog.
I'm gonna text it to Dave right now.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the Show and Tell Streaming Spectacular. I'm Sethward. Kyle Helf is usually doing music, but right now he is inundated with the AI. You know what that means. He's part of the problem. Artificial intelligence is stealing artists' jobs, and Kyle is helping them along the way in the process.
Actually, I asked AI, should I be worried as an artist about my job getting taken? And it told me not yet. It said not yet. So we're good.
Well, I want to introduce Joey. Joey is a creator that's been screened at Show and Tell many times. I'm very excited that the project worked out this time, where it published day of Show and Tell, so we were able to screen it. Please welcome Joey Clift. Here's Joey. What's up, Joey?
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? I can't believe I'm following Show and Tell legend Dave Getzel, the creator of your dog.
And Dave
There's so
was
much
extra,
pressure.
Yeah. He was extra enthusiastic today. It was very good. Well, Connor is saying nice camera setup. Thanks for thinking we look good, Connor. We appreciate you being here. Joey,
Connor.
It's all for you, Connor. So how has the video been doing online? I'm curious to know your thoughts on how you felt like it went.
Thanks so much for asking. The short that I screened at Show and Tell was called "Every Time You Say That Something Is Your Spirit Animal, You Have to Give Every Native American Person You Know $25." It's a very long title, and
you love very long titles. It is your thing.
I think it's just like I came up through the UCB scene where like sort of a UCB note was to just like name your sketch what the game of the sketch is. And I think that that's something that I've like carried on with me to like all other forms of media, is just having these long unwieldy titles that is just like kind of what the thing is. But I don't know. I think it's funny. So this is the second episode in a digital series that I'm doing with Comedy Central Digital, their social platforms, and their animated YouTube channel. And it's been going really well. I think that it's kind of on, all sections of the internet, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and stuff like that. And it's like, we're getting a lot of cool duets, a lot of cool reaction videos on TikTok, a lot of good retweets. Like, it's all good stuff. And it's just, for me, it's just like, it's just fun to see people react to your stuff,
Yeah, for sure. I think that's like one of the best things about TikTok is that it really encouraged people to interact, not just in the comments, but specifically people duetting a video is kind of like a game changer on the internet for response. Whereas before we had like a thumbs up and maybe you can comment.
Right.
But I don't know. I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, it is so wild to me. I feel like I'm still pretty new to TikTok. Like I literally, I'm friends with a few TikTokers who like one of them literally a few minutes ago sent me like an Instagram DM that was just like, okay, when it gets to 5,000 likes, then you should do a duet of you reacting to the main video or something like that.
Oh, wow. So they were telling you like strategic, like specifically analytical strategic strategies on that.
Well, this is, I guess, a question for you guys, and something I think is like so cool about Show and Tell is like, I feel like what I really like about filmmaking is like hearing the live audience response to your thing. That's why I was like, it's like the timing worked out with this short where like we literally finished it like the week beforehand, and then like I like really wanted to screen one of these at Show and Tell because I love the guys' show, and it just timed out where it's like, okay, the day that it came out was the day of Show and Tell, and that felt like that was like technically in the gray area of the rules. But
no, I think it worked perfect.
It's just sort of like you can get 1 million views on something, but that doesn't beat just like hearing a live audience love the thing, Oh,
for sure. Yeah. And now that we're doing this like online, we're trying to put it like stream it online, and sometimes my tech is very bad to where it's not watchable, but as of recently, we've been getting a really good we've been doing a really good job of making it clean so that you can even go back and listen to the laughs at certain parts of the video, or see where they got laughs or where it was kind of silent. And I don't know, I watched that back, and it is very good.
It's also useful for sort of a post-interview opportunity of like, so who are you wearing? So like,
oh yeah, it is actually very nice.
Who are you wearing?
Yeah.
Right there.
I think that like I'm sure everybody does this, but whenever I see photos of myself I forgot that there were photos of this, so this is very much a me throwing on an outfit
warm
of like
clothing
at the time. Yeah. I was wearing I was wearing thermal underwear, 2 layers under this because I knew I was going to be outside.
Yes.
But I think that sweater is Punk Magic Cats, which is like I don't know, like somebody gave it to me. A friend, Ryan Hitchcock, who's a guy in the comedy scene, gave it to me as a.
I love Ryan.
Yeah, he's great. He gave it to me as like, I want to say like a Christmas present or a birthday present or something like that this year. And this is my first time wearing it out in the world, so this is really just the big reveal for this sweater.
It's the big reveal.
Yeah. And then the beanies by a native streetwear brand called Urban Native Era that I just buy all their shit. They're good people. And then the jeans are immediately after show and tell. I was going to a pro wrestling show that was just a few blocks away. And pro wrestling shows can get pretty bloody, for lack of a better term. So the jeans I'm wearing are very much they're very much my workout side jeans. They're not really my I'm going to dress nice jeans. They're my if this gets a little bit of pro wrestler blood on them, I won't mind jeans.
Yeah. I love that. That's like what I did this stream for my birthday, and I was setting up the whole thing, but it was like a 10-hour stream, and so I was rushing around to get the thing started, and by the time the stream started, I had work clothes on, and I was like, oh well, I'll just wear these I had holes in my jeans, and I was like, whatever. I tried, but
yeah, I feel because then it's you gotta take a shower and that's it's just it's this is more work at that point.
How did the wrestling go? Was it hot, and did it get you really revved up? Was it a good time?
Oh yeah, definitely. My bloodlust was a flowing. I was just
good.
Kill him.
Kill.
What was the venue?
The Ukrainian Cultural Center. The pro wrestling organization is called GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. They do a lot of what's called death match wrestling, which is just pro wrestling with weapons. People will swing light tubes at each other and shit.
Wow.
I saw GCW a few months ago where a guy named Alex Zane, really good pro wrestler, got thrown through a plate glass window, and I literally watched him 4 feet in front of me pull a large piece of glass out of his arm, which was just insane. I think he also got glass in his eye at that show.
That's nuts.
They're just living their best life. This is what they do for fun.
Oh yeah, it's match 2. A guy did a backflip off of a balcony onto a guy that was on the lower level onto him. So it's they're really earning their paychecks. It's great stuff.
They're earning which are they getting paid? This seems like something I would do but not get paid for, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's GCW is there are definitely organizations like that you don't get paid for, but GCW, they're pretty popular. They do a couple shows a week kind of all around the country. They're at this point kind of just a touring group, and they do usually around a show every month in LA at the Ukrainian Cultural Center. And it's also just what I like about the Ukrainian Cultural Center as a wrestling venue is it's clearly, when it's not being used for deathmatch wrestling, it's just a banquet hall. So instead of having folding chairs around the ring, they're just nice banquet hall chairs. Yeah. And inevitably a wrestler, at least 2 or 3 times a show, a wrestler will jump out of the ring onto another wrestler, and then together they'll just crush 3 very nice chairs.
Wow.
And then the fans who bought those chairs will just have to sit in a chair that has 1 busted leg or whatever.
But they're excited. They're their body broke this.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely a feeling of I got Nick Gage's sweat on me.
Yeah. That's
so
the kind of
good show. I recommend it, even if you don't like pro wrestling. It's just I mean, you guys definitely like play in this with a lot of stuff that you do, but it's just like the spectacle of it is like delightful.
Yeah, I do. I truly do a good spectacle moment in it. There's many places. Like, I mean, honestly, like, say what you will about the rodeo, it's maybe not great, humane, it's maybe horrible, but they put on a spectacle and you go for the spectacle. It's like a whole thing. Maybe that was a really bad analogy, but
no, I feel that way about like monster truck rallies where it's just
same,
where it's
same.
like, oh, it's like it I mean, I haven't been to a ton of monster truck rallies, but it's just like it's fun to go to a thing where literally every second something crazy is happening.
Yeah.
Like a car crushing another car, a truck doing a backflip, something exploding, or the announcer just screaming with no dialogue.
Yeah. There's always stimulation. You can guarantee it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Joey, I want to know more about the exciting stuff you've been since the last time you were on Show and Tell. Well, first of all, there's a lot of life has happened, but you've been doing so many awesome projects. You've got to write for the animated show, Ranger.
Spirit Rangers. Yeah.
Yes.
Spirit Rangers.
Spirit Rangers. That's right.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting in my head where I was like, I almost was like Spirit Animal Ranger, and I was like, oh no, don't say it.
In that case, this short that I made is basically just me trying to cash in on Spirit Rangers and being like, I'll name a show that's like, I mean, I didn't create the show, but it's like the show is getting close to Spirit Rangers. So then I'll make this video and I'll cash in. Children will watch the show, then they'll watch the video, and I'll be like, yes, children, send me $25.
Children.
I feel like this has been a really cool year for me. Like the last time I screened at Show and Tell, I screened my live action short film, My First Native American Boyfriend, and that Show and Tell was my like first time screening that short. Like that was the premiere of it.
A couple of festivals after
that. Oh
yeah, too, right?
It screened at like 40 some festivals, got a ton of awards. I like got into Just for Laughs, so I flew into like Montreal for that. And like it screened at like a bunch of Smithsonian events over the summer, which was cool.
Really?
That's I still haven't posted that one online yet. It'll probably be online, I'm sure, in the next week or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Whenever I get around to making the graphic that says this will be online tomorrow,
Sure.
So that had a really good run. Been working on Spirit Rangers. We released the first season of it October 10th, which is Indigenous Peoples Day. And then we've got a ton more episodes that we're working on, so you can expect more episodes next year. This Gone Native digital series, which this short is the second episode of. And then I've been doing a couple of other things, like I freelanced on Molly of Denali. I think my episode's coming up next year sometime, and a lot of other just cool shows. I feel fortunate. I've just had like a good busy, cool year with a lot of travel and doing different things and doing different gigs and stuff.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I've been like on the fringes being like, oh heck yeah, Joey's involved in that. Oh heck yeah, that'd be great. Heck yeah. But I went through this I started to read a lot more. Well, I've done a lot of audiobooks as well as reading. It's kind of the same for me because I sometimes will even listen while I read because I have really bad ADD, but it
just like forces you to focus on the
exactly
and listening to the word. So like there's not
the stimulation
to distract me.
Yeah, I need it. I need the stimulation. But I went through this. No. I'm on Goodreads now. I don't know if anyone uses Goodreads, but I love the website because it tracks everything for me. But I had flagged the book. We had a bit of a real estate problem, and because you were like, oh, I've got a chapter of this. And I was like, oh, that's interesting as well. And then I read it and I was like, I remember reading that part being like, I know him. Like so proud of myself for like knowing Joey and his comedy. And I don't know. I just love whenever friends get in like a book. It's like next level because like you'll see friends on TV or commercials and you'll be like, yes, that's so awesome. But it's like a whole nother thing. It feels like to be reading a book and be like, they're like naming people and being like, heck yeah, they're like forever. They'll be forever remembered now because they're in a book.
Oh yeah, the book is called We Had a Little Real Estate Problem. It was written by Cliff Nesteroff, who's a really good comedy historian who wrote like The Comedians and a lot of other books. And it's about like the history of Native comedy pretty much like over the past 200 years or something like that. And yeah,
Right.
there's a chapter about me in that book, and that's crazy.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah,
But, like,
and it's a
by
short
the time
chapter.
it
It's
was
only 2 pages. It's not a big chapter, but like,
yeah.
like I'm not gonna. My head's not too big over it. It's only
not
2
too big
pages.
yet. But that's the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is that when that book was written, it was talking a lot about natives in comedy and how there's like, it's like up and coming. There's a lot of things like in the works and stuff. And since then, there's been so much that's come out that's been really awesome, and so many stuff that you've been involved in that I'm like,
Yeah,
we
I
need
wanna say
another book.
Yeah, I want to say I was interviewed for that book in 2018, and it came out
Yeah.
last year. And I mean, I was also like, for me, it was such a fun process of like, yeah, I was interviewed for it in 2018, so I like kind of loosely kept in touch with the author, but like, I like when it came out, like when preview copies were kind of being mailed out, I was like, oh, I hope I get just like a small mention somewhere. And
Right.
then like a friend of mine, who got like a copy before mine, like took a picture of it and is like, no, you got like a whole chapter and like your pictures in the the middle section with the color photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is very, I think that it came out at a really interesting time where like the past like really like year or two have seen basically like this, I would say, explosion in mainstream media giving native comedy opportunities. So like last year saw the creation of like the first two TV shows in the history of television created by native people, Reservation Dogs on FX, Rutherford Falls on Peacock. And like that came out like while Cliff was interviewing people for that book, like those shows weren't even in development,
Yeah.
But like there were so many people that were mentioned in that book, like the 1491s, Sterling Harjo, and like a lot of other people that like they became the writers and creators of these shows. And even me, like when I was interviewed for that book, I was interviewed for it because I produced and hosted it was like the first ever all native comedy showcase at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And that was like October of 2018. So I probably got interviewed around like October, November 2018 or something. And yeah, and like since then, I've done all this cool stuff. I've done, things with Comedy Central. I've like, been a writer, consulting producer on this Netflix series, and have just like a ton of other things in development places. And have, literally like, I mean, I don't know, like a few months after or like a year after I was interviewed, that I got like flown to Sundance to like speak on a bunch of panels and do a bunch of shows at Sundance and stuff.
Wow.
So it's like,
yeah.
I feel like the book really caught a lot of people, like a lot of native comedians, just like right as they were in the process of like cresting up. Like Brian Bahi is interviewed in the book, who's a super funny comedian who I believe is Danae, I want to say. And he was like one of the new faces of Just for Laughs this year. So like, so it is just really, and like, it's also just for me, because like native comedy is so small. I mean, native Hollywood is really small, and native comedy is like an even smaller subset of that. Of like, when I opened the book, I was like, oh, I'm like, I'm friends with 90% of the people who are written about in this book, or I've like done shows with them or worked on writing jobs with them. So it really felt like just this cool, like, I don't know, like the entire community of native comedians was kind of getting a glow up in a really cool way.
Sure. That's so cool to have that like in real time. I mean, there's like decades and decades of this that you like. I mean, you're alive during this. You're also making stuff during this. You're like in the come up during this. You're a big part of this. It's like really cool.
Only 2 pages. Not that big a part. Only 2 pages. Yeah.
But you just have to write. You'll end up writing your own book, and then you get the whole book.
Yeah.
2 pages now, and
but it is very. I don't know. Like, and I feel really fortunate that like, and this is something I think about all the time, that there was hundreds of years of native comedy before I started doing jokes in high school or whatever, or before I was like interviewed for this book. And like something that I think, I like, I'm very appreciative of and makes me feel really like humble is like, oh, like all of these people, like folks like Charlie Hill and like all these people, it's like, oh, I'm definitely like standing on their shoulders, it's like, and that's something I talk to with my like, I'm just like native friends in the entertainment industry a lot, is like, oh, it's like, we have like a tight knit community of people who can like support each other. But like when Charlie Hill was doing comedy in the 70s, like how many natives were there in Hollywood that he could like be friends with, you know?
Yeah, right.
So it's sort of that feeling of, you know, it's like we are in this like cool time where people are getting these opportunities, and it's really cool that like we're all on text threads with each other and can like, you know, get advice from each other, and also like talk shit about people or like racist shit on TV and stuff like that. And it's like, we have that based on like all these people that have been doing it for, you know, a long time before us, kind of opening the door and making space for us slowly and surely. And I feel really fortunate to be like one of the people that's kind of getting the fruit from that tree, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, so great. Yeah, it's good to acknowledge that, and then also, you know, be excited about the future, because if you're getting to stand on these giants, there's like, you know, it's getting better, which isn't always what we get to look forward to. Not everything always gets better. And I think that's where we're at with that. It does kind of feel that way though, you know, like, I don't know. I also think with the internet and the way that now these sub communities and sub genres of comedy and you know 20 years ago, 30 years ago had no way of being broadcasted. Now we're able to not only acknowledge some of these things we haven't been able to see, we're also getting whole communities that are banding behind them because we're able to reach that. And that to me is exciting. That's why what we're doing, that's hopeful, I think, to me.
And I think it's like, it's the beauty of, you know, I mean, like, we'll see what it is in, I don't know, even 3 days from now, but it's like the beauty of a thing like Twitter is like, it allows us to like connect and, you know, see points of view that we maybe haven't seen. And like, I don't know, I definitely feel like native storytelling has benefited from just like social media, because we can all connect with each other, but we can also show other people our stuff and boost each other's stuff and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. It's a whole new reign. This is a wild thing we're all experiencing. But yeah, anyway, I love what you do. I love that you're funny when you're doing it. I think it's great. It's very funny.
What I gotta say, like, something I was thinking about recently, like, you know, you've just been like such a cool guy in the comedy scene in Los Angeles for such a long time. And this is maybe I'm not sure if I've told you this, but I was in a sketch group for a few years where every year we would release an album of, like, we would take an entire music album and parody every song on the album to make it about Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, and we did one about we took Get Up by the Postal Service, but instead of being Get Up, it was Gift Up. And like when we and so it was like it was like, instead of The District Sleeps Alone Tonight, I think it was like The Presents Wrap Themselves Tonight or something like that. You know?
Yes.
And you, on the, like, there was an AV Club article about it, and on the AV Club article, I think you like reposted it on Facebook, and we're like, this is the funniest shit ever, and like that. Something is like, I knew you as like a guy who's really funny in the scene, so that like meant a lot to me when I was in
my
2014
gosh,
or whatever.
really?
You know?
Oh man, no, I do remember that. Like, man, I still think I don't know, I love the Postal Service. It was like my favorite band of all time, so of course I'm like obsessed. But that's so funny. I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah,
that's
okay. So man, it's a question: if there's a book about the history of show and tell, can I get 3 pages?
Yeah, you get 3 pages.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's so funny because we talk about like this show and tell as being like, you know, it's community based, so we're in a backyard, but it's also like, you know, there's a lot going on, and sometimes whenever we are making stuff about it, like some of our year anniversary sketches will parody or use some kind of likeness of what show and tell is, but it's really just we're making fun of it. Or in Matt Keel made a movie, and I don't know if I'm able to talk about this, but show and tell is in his animated feature that
that's awesome.
It got picked up at Slam Dance, so we get to premiere it in January, and I'm super excited. But there is a version of what show and tell is. It's like a backyard screening, and he animated. It's like whole thing, but it's like, you know, slightly different. So it's like a thing. And then I've had like Matt Mazzani's talk to me. He's like, we need to build this into like a TV show. Like, what does it look like to have a bunch of ragtag comedians throwing a screening in a backyard where the, you know, Armenian neighbor is yelling and throwing coconuts at them and stuff? Like, that feels like a TV show. I'm like, I mean, it does, but it's also like when somebody would have to decide that that was the project they wanted to do instead of, and it's probably not going to be me because I'm too busy actually doing show and tell. So we'd either stop doing show and tell, make some kind of like, I don't know, something about it, or I don't know, maybe it does. And then there's also Jins is making a documentary right now that heavily features like show and tell as well. And but what does that look like? It's going to be his perspective of like what he thinks show and tell is. But I don't know. I love the iterations, and I love this random documentation of what this is. But
it's like, I think that's like, I'm a big fan of stuff like that, especially in the LA comedy scene, because like, I feel like if you take any particular scene in Los Angeles, there's probably going to be like at least a few people that like break through into the mainstream. And like, regardless, there's probably going to be a bunch of people who are going to like make a lot of cool art in that time, you know? And
yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Like, like something, do you remember the Little Modern Theater? It was in the complex. It was like, I think around from like 2012 to 2013. It sort of was like, it was like the Clubhouse before the Clubhouse kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
like
yeah. It sounds
like the
familiar,
Clubhouse,
but I don't know if I did anything there.
It was like, basically, I think that it shutting down is what kind of made Beck be like, oh, we should.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
And it was around for just long enough that there was like a Vulture article that was like an oral history of the Little Modern Theater. And it's like, it's not a long article, but it's like, you know, it's like article length. And it's like,
yeah.
It is so cool that exists as something to like document this like weird theater that this like, I don't know, just like some like guy in his 20s was like, yeah, I'll put up tens of thousands of dollars to rent this space for a year.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And then like it got mentioned on like, you know, comedians would do late night sets. And then when the, you know, Conan or whatever would be like, oh, where can they see you next? Or like, or you can see him this Wednesday at the Little Modern Theater and whatever. And
You
know, it was a small, I think it's like, it was a small theater in the complex that just got this like weird 1 year like glow up. So I don't know. I'm always a big proponent of like, yeah, why not capture that stuff? Because it's like, we're all creatives who are in community and making shit together. And like,
yes,
there are so many crazy stories, and those stories like get lost if you don't write them down, you know?
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. Man, there's certainly some show and tell things that were like, I mean, Kyle, do you remember whenever we were playing a Yerf Dog video, and John Wyatt's dog had attacked a skunk in the front part of the house, so like on the side, and the skunk had sprayed the dog. And so the dog came back though while we were screening into the audience, just like running through the audience. So it was a dog who smelled horrible. And then on screen, there was Yerf Dog who was getting into all sorts of, you know, ludicrous. And everyone, it like shut everything down because we're all like, people didn't really know what was going on, but it was this like Yerf Dog. It was like Yerf Dog's fault. It was Yerf Dog's fault what happened.
Yeah.
And we had to like, we sprayed the outside with like,
we like brought out candles as if that
we gave everyone candles to watch the screening so at least their direct
like scented candles, so at least covered something up.
Yeah, at least something.
Did that work, or did it just like make it so like now it smells like a skunk smell but with cinnamon accents? Or
Kyle would say no, it didn't, but I would say it worked very well. It worked very well.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. It was so strong though. It was like such bad skunk.
Yeah.
Like next level bad.
I remember the dog like running through the audience, like making the chairs. Everyone's like,
it was like causing a huge spectacle.
It was a sudden train wreck. It was very.
But anyway, there's so many great stories that we could. Anyway, we should document this in some way, some capacity. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the thing that you're most excited about in the new year? You gave us a little tease of this, but with your your sketch. This is only the second episode. Are you working? You guys gonna release once a month, or like how is the next episodes of this Comedy Central stuff gonna be coming out?
So it was 3 episodes, one coming out a month in November, December, and January. So the January episode will be the last episode from now, depending on funding and more pickups and stuff like that.
Right.
But, I think we're ending it off with a bang. It's a really great episode I'm excited about. And something that like we're kind of in the process of putting together is a lot of these shorts that I create about just like weird microaggressions that Native folks run into. Like the inspiration for them is basically always me seeing a weird comment on Facebook or Twitter from somebody who's like, I don't know, like just like uneducated about Native stuff and is just saying something dumb or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to like every time this happens, I don't want to like have to sit down and like explain to this person the thing. And like, I don't want to send them like, a 12-page think piece about the term spirit animal or whatever, because they're not going to read that. So can I make like, a 2-minute funny animated short crammed with jokes that's like easy to watch, so that like I and like anybody else that's like Native, if they like see something like that, they can just like send the short and not have to like expense the emotional labor of it.
They link it. Totally. It's an amazing tool.
And so we're looking to build a website where we basically like take all these. At this point, this is the fourth. This is the second sketch of this series, but it's my 4th animated sketch that I've made about like kind of this stuff, and the 5th one will come out next month. So it's like taking all these, putting them in a location, and then like, could you have all of them in one location, and then like the page dedicated to this spirit animal video. It's like then there could be links to those think pieces, or like articles about like why this stuff is weird, or things that you can do. About
deeper
like
dive
alternate faces, just sort of like a deeper dive to like educate people about this stuff. Or like the episode that came up before this was about like how 87% of US schools don't teach Native history after 1900. So like because of that, just like people know next to nothing about Native folks. And it's like, that video, could you have like links to like, here are nonprofits that are trying to push for like like educational curriculum changes in K-12 educations in different states. So if you like have money, donate to these if you want to fix that problem, So that's something I'm working on. And then there's more Spirit Rangers coming up.
Are you, sorry not to interrupt, but you're like heading that up? Or are you working with a company who's making a website, or you're just doing it all on your own?
I mean, at this point we've got like, it is a weird thing where this digital series, I'm the showrunner of it. So I'm, ultimately like the final, like I wrote and directed them, and I'm kind of the final say on the stuff. I was like, in the VO booths with the actors giving notes and stuff. I also have like an impact production company called Moore and Associates that's doing a lot of really great work. I'm like the comedy guy. He's the Moore and Associates are the, we understand how nonprofits work guy.
Right.
So, ultimately what we're looking to do is, to raise funding to have somebody, it's not me like learning HTML code or whatever. It's like us, trying to get funding to use the funding to hire somebody to build the site. And then inevitably I would probably like write the copy on the site, to cram it with jokes. And then we'd probably partner with like different educational nonprofits to figure out like what resources to share with each short. But we've got them, and then I want to shout out the production company on the animation side of things. They're called Loose World. They're a really great production company. This sketch was animated by a guy named Jesse Goldman, who's just like a great animator. He did work for like Super Deluxe and a lot of other places, and really knocked this out of the park. So that's a thing I'm working on. I've got more episodes of Spirit Rangers coming out next year. And then got a couple of other like kind of development things that I'm excited about working on. And I wrote my first feature a little bit ago, so
nice.
trying to like polish that up and see if I can get funding for it, and so I feel like I've got a lot in the hopper and a lot of stuff I'm doing. Got a lot of plates spinning, and
2023 is gonna be a banger. I think it's gonna be a big banger.
Oh hell, I hope so, man.
It's got to be. I mean, at this point, it's got to be.
Yeah, nothing can get worse.
The AI is telling me it's going to be great.
Oh, Kyle's
hell yeah.
way too into AI right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, thanks for being on, Joey.
Yeah, 2023 will be a banger if AI doesn't immediately get good enough to replace me.
Immediately. Yeah. It'll
Yeah.
be great if we have some time, I think. We have some time.
Yeah, we got like a couple weeks where we can tell our own stories.
Enjoy it.
It's like mid-February we're done for, but like, oh man, January when the AI is still saying dumb stuff.
It'll be great. It'll be really good. I'm looking forward to January.
Yeah. Not so much like April, but like, oh, January, hell yeah.
Dude, I love that. All right. Well, Joey, love to have you here. Always love you having you on Show and Tell. Come back soon. And you guys go check out Joey's got we put the links on YouTube and on all, we put links everywhere. I even started a newsletter this month, or I rebooted the newsletter, so all the links are there too.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Seth. Kyle, this was super fun.
We'll see you around, Joey. Bye.
Hell yeah. See ya.
Bye. Health, yeah. How are you?
Dude, I'm chilling, baby.
You chilling? Are you doing any music, or you
in general, or right now in this moment?
Well, whatever you want. Show and Tell streaming spectacular. It's a
streaming good time, dude. I don't know about you, but my internet has been zonked this whole.
No, I've been great. I'm directly connected like a good boy.
Yeah, I should have gotten directly connected.
I think we're gonna end the show. I think this has been a wild good stream. We've been getting lots of viewers, thousands, and everybody's been doing a great job at being present. And I just want to say one last thing before we go. If you're getting down this holiday season, it's okay. Everybody gets it. Wait, boost the audio, or boost the music a little bit. We need to get that. Yeah, there we go. If you're feeling a little depressed during this holiday season, know that you're not alone. And it's perfectly fine to have those winter lows. And as everybody's gathering around with family and friends this Christmas time, just know that because you're not, doesn't make you less. You don't have to gather with friends during the holidays. You don't have to have a Christmas. You're not less of a human to not celebrate any holiday. It's just something fun for people to have an excuse to collaborate, to be in each other's presence, to give presents. And you too can do that. That's what Show and Tell is all about. Just an excuse. An excuse to celebrate each other. To give presents. And the presents are usually just being present. A community. Getting together. Collaborating. Bouncing ideas. Meeting new friends. So, if you really think about it, Show and Tell is kind of like a holiday. Every single month. If you've never been, well, it's okay. You don't have to. But nobody's stopping you. You could have a holiday every single last Friday of the month. Ain't that right, Kyle?
I mean, you would need like a lot of people to show up or else like it's not gonna be like fun.
Kind of
like, you
embarrassing.
should probably find some
Yeah.
friends, or else it's gonna
Sure.
like, suck
Yeah.
for you, dog.
Yeah, yeah. You should find some friends, though. Yeah, yeah. But if you can't find any friends, and you're feeling really down that you don't have any friends, maybe you should think about why you don't have any friends. Maybe you're not pleasant to be around.
Maybe you're just a regular old Scrooge.
Maybe you're a Scrooge. All right. I think we're done here. Thanks to everyone who was on the stream. It's really awesome that you popped in. I'm sorry that we didn't get all of the comedians that were on the stream here. People didn't get the link sent to their spam. I messaged a lot of people. They forgot about it. They just forgot. Don't know why you would forget about the streaming spectacular. It's a really fun time. We may do this in the new year, but it's looking like we probably won't continue to do this. I have fun, but it's a lot of work. So this may be one of the last streams. What do you think, Kyle? Is this something we do in the new year?
Oh, just feel it out, dog.
Oh, we'll just fill it out. We don't have to make that voice right now. Yeah. I'm gonna sign off. Kyle's, if you want to play some music, go ahead. Go. You can jam out forever, however much you want. But I'm signing off.
We're gonna go forever.
You can follow me at Sethward on most of the media platforms aside from a YouTube. That's just Sethward, Sethward. You can follow Kyle Health, the Health Yeah Extraordinaire, at Kyle Health, at Kyle Health. That's really easy. Just his name. Type that in. You can find him there. Go follow old Kyle Health. Anyway, it's been a lovely time. Thanks for being here. That was Show and Tell Streaming Spectacular. Good night.
What key am I in? I gotta figure out the key. Oh, there it is. That's pretty neat. What did y'all think of that song? Is it a good song? Is it a good song? You can't hear them because they're on the mic. They're not on the mic. I'm on the mic.
It was a good song. It was good, Kyle.
I didn't really know my key. But the funny thing about a key is that, like, you just figure it out as you go. 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 Figure it out. Cool. Well, that's gonna be that. You guys, any requests? Always. What do you want? Always. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are rusty pipes, rusty pipes, they're rusty pipes, the rusty pipes, rusty pipes, the rusty pipes, rusty pipes, rusty pipes, the rusty pipes, rusty pipes, rusty pipes, rusty I'm talking rusty pipes, yeah, we rusting the rusty pipes. Rusty trombone like a rusty pipe. Rusty trombone like a rusty pipe. Hey, what you know about it? Rusty trombone, what you know about it? Don't Google that, but you can ask AI all you want. AI, all you want. AI, daddy AI, daddy AI. Let's go. I'm obsessed with AI, and let me tell you all about it. You can ask it anything, and it will do anything for you. It's the future. Let's go. Rusty pipes. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey. Hold on. I feel like I need to know a thing, yeah. Ask a computer, yeah. Ask a computer, that's all I need. Ask a computer, and that's all that I need. Ask a computer, that's all I need. Rusty. Say rusty. Okay, guys, I'm zonked. This is cool. Hey, thanks for playing, and I'll see you all. I'll see you later. I'll see you on the flip. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. See ya. Okay, bye. See ya.